Hey all, this is Gasakma Keperu with Project Illuminated, and it's raining out here, but I wanted to make this quick video blog to talk about how mainstream media is trying to create a culture of criminality within the minority communities. What you'll find is that in every society there's always going to be a dominant culture, and that comes about through many different ways I don't have time to go into at this point. But what you'll find is the dominant culture among the African American community has been for a very long time one of the hip hop, gangster rap, and the portrayal of young African American males and females has always been slanted towards the thuggish, the individual who is all about music, sports, and entertainment, but not necessarily anything having to do with science, technology, engineering, or math. So you have the black intelligentsia, which has been marginalized in favor of the young thug whose only interest in is getting that paper and reciting really cool hip terms and being hip, and has become the idol of the young nerd white class who idolizes the black culture but doesn't really understand that that comes out of a lot of the pain and suffering of the ghetto and not necessarily the lifestyle of choice. So you'll see that the mainstream media has what they're really attempting to do on a global level is to influence people so that they get this idea that the young black male is a thug, a criminal. But they're doing it in the most covert way, because what's happening is that resources are being channeled and funded toward the most decadent aspects of our communities. You'll see where you have young black males and females who are doing well in school aren't really rewarded or even given any type of showcasing in modern media, whereas your thug characters, it's all about them and what they've accomplished and what they're doing. And this is continually repeated throughout the media. And you'll see like TV shows. I mean, I watched the other day where they had a panel discussion on racism, and one of the panelists was a rapper. And no other culture in the world would allow such a very important political discussion to be spearheaded by an entertainer. And the mere fact that we don't see this as problematic in our communities is systemic of an illness that we're suffering from, because we have normalized mediocrity, we have normalized criminality in our communities, and don't see it for what it is that this type of hood, ratchet, thug behavior is not something that needs to be socially accepted, especially when it is maneuvering itself into a position of power where funds and resources are channeled to it to keep it alive and well as a dominant thought process and dominant culture. And so this is something that we have to start taking notice of and take action to do something about, because if we don't, those young African American brothers and sisters who are going through school will have nothing to aspire to be and look up to except sports, entertainment, and music. So this is very important that we understand that this is by design. This is not something that's happenstance. They are purposefully positioning these individuals in our community into positions of power as keynote speakers, as thought leaders, so that the black intelligentsia does not have a voice in any way, shape, or form. And this marginalization of who should be at the helm in terms of discussions on race, in terms of economic power, I just cannot stress the fact that we cannot sit by and allow this to continue, because inevitably when we see the police shooting down the young black men in the street because they see them only as thugs and criminals, which is a direct effect of how the media portrays us. And because everybody is so enamored with the hip-hop culture, and they want to make everything a monolithic when it comes to the black community, like we only have one thought and one voice, and that's simply not so. We're very diverse. So I want you to think about that as I go into this tunnel, This is Kasak Kepa Room with Project Illuminated, and that's all for now.